Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Power, and I want to do something in this video today. And I want to actually go through the process of the Justice versus Doom War, and I want to go all the way into death metal. But before I actually start this video, I want you guys to hit that like button. I want you to hit the subscribe button and post a comment below and let me know what you guys think about um, my game plan of going through the whole Justice versus Doom War. Okay, so how this comic book actually starts off, we are seeing that Batman is remembering his first memory, and his first memory is him and Alfred and his parents all playing outside at the Wayne Manor. But the thing that he remembers vividly is the laughter because Batman is a serious character. We know that after the death of his parents, he became very serious and he's a no nonsense guy. So to see him remember laughter, that is like a change in his character. We are officially in present day Gotham where Batman is chasing a truck and is carrying some row houses, and what him and Alfred notices is that it's just a ploy to smuggle whatever they need to smuggle outside of the city. Because some informant had told Batman that they're hiding a ton of stuff in 3 to 4 of these trucks, flatbeds, and Batman is known to get stuff out of criminals because that's his makeup. He creates fear into the criminals. And this this little group is called Happy Trails, and they were seen entering a morgue, and Batman kind of suspects that they are taking bodies outside of Gotham. When he manages to subdue some thugs, slap them around a little bit, it was actually really no contest between Batman and these thugs. He ends up finding himself in the casket, which surprises himself and Alfred. So he goes to the Gotham City morgue and he's disguised as a coroner and he's working on the body and analyzing. And that's one of the things about Batman's character is that through all the butt whooping that he does and all the gadget, the one thing about his character is that he's a detective. And Alfred, who sees Batman laying in the morgue, is a little distressed because he's like he told Bruce, I know you, I raised you, and even though this is maybe a different you, I still feel some type of way about looking at you in that morgue. And Bruce ends up telling him, yo, even though it's me, I'm feeling some type of way too. We still have to do this case. And the thing is, he starts analyzing the corpse, which of course the DNA matches himself. But the thing that is most notable about this Bruce Wayne is that obviously from being a parallel universe, his body lacks some of his most recent scars, and that he had a daughter and he was married and that he had a big smile on his face and he was genuinely happy, something that Bruce, out of all the vengeance stuff, is seeking complete happiness. And because that he figured out, okay, well, this guy was happy. He's not the same Bruce Wayne. He seemed to be someone that was very adept in his community, and somehow someone ended up killing him. He ends up figuring out, okay, well, we know where I need to go. So we switch over to Arkham Asylum, where 2 guards are killed in cold blood by what, as you can see, is Batman. But this Batman seems to be a little different than the Batman we're used to seeing because this Batman is armed and he's incredibly dangerous. And the one thing is that when Mr. Freeze sees that Batman is just brutalizing everybody, he's trying to stop him and begging him and telling him, yo, this ain't you, but he gets a grenade straight to the face. So personally, I don't see how you survive that, but we'll see moving forward if he survived that. And when he makes it to the Joker's cell, the Joker asks, "Are you here to kill me?" And the Batman says no. And then when you see, it's the Batman who laughs. And then what the Batman who laughs ends up doing is plunging a scythe through his brain. But before he died, the guy said, "Hey, no, no, we can talk about this." But you see, what we end up learning, and we'll talk about that later, about why the Joker was acting so scary and scared about the fact that he was getting ready to be killed. We'll discuss that later. But at the Gotham City Police Department, Jim Gordon tells Batman he didn't like the signal because the employees at Arkham are currently scared by him. Even though they feel like deep down that it wasn't them, it's still the residue of a Batman killing. They wasn't feeling it. And Batman ends up explaining to Gordon who the Batman Labs is, and that his accomplice is what they're calling the Grim Knight. And they must have came from the Dark Multiverse. So for the people who don't know, the Dark Multiverse is similar to the multiverse, but it has the opposite effect. So what can go wrong will go wrong in the Dark Multiverse. But Batman can't figure out what is the Batman who laughs plan is. So he goes out seeking for help. But what we find out is that the Joker knew that the Batman who laughs was actually going to come for him. So he ends up setting up that guy, the guy who was pretending to be the Joker, which is why the guy was so scary, or the Joker was so scary, because it wasn't actually the Joker. Because the Joker knows Arkham Asylum like the back of his hand, so he can easily make escape routes. And also, as far as escape routes, he easily can get out of Arkham Asylum. So he ends up setting up that guy, and that guy ends up getting killed. So what ends up happening is that Joker ends up meeting up with Batman, or hiding. I said ended up hiding out in the Batcave. And so Batman ends up figuring this out. And what Batman ends up doing is telling Alfred to undo the water security system so that anyone who entered through the tunnels. And as he obeys, the Joker emerges from the water. He ends up pulling out a gun on Batman Alfred. And Batman tries to talk him down and explain that, they're on the same side. But when Joker pulls the trigger, it goes backwards and it stabs Joker in his own chest. And when Batman ends up running to help him, the Joker plan was to turn Batman into the Batman who laughs, because the Joker also has that strong toxin in his heart. And while the Joker's dying, he's explained that the way you are now, you cannot beat the Batman who laughs. But the best way to beat the Batman who laughs is pretty much you have to become like me. And as Alfred tries to understand what's going on, Batman goes mad, laughing mechanically, and he's turning pale. He is becoming the Batman who laughs. I mean, is that even a word? But anyway, I'm going to end this video like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we are going to discuss part 2 coming soon to you guys. Peace out.